We welcome you to Noche NBA here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys, tonight a celebration of the Latin culture. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. And a look at the injury situation. 2 players injured. One of their stars is out. Something they're going to have to overcome tonight.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Perimeter pairing, Barrett and Ingram. The post pairing, Barnes playing alongside Pirtle. And it's quickly in at the 1 spot. And for Dallas, the big man on the floor for him, it'll be Washington and Gafford. Christie is out there with Flag. And it's Marshall in at the small forward. Tonight, and I'm looking forward to this, Greg, we're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. 2 of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher.
Now, here's Washington. Shot clock at 6. A baseline J, and that one's good. Flag.
And no one expects this to be a key area for Flag, but he might consider folding it into his game more.
Ingram with it. Marshall defending. It's tipped. To the middle. It's stolen by Barrett. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Pirtle's shot is off.
Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
Christie with the bounce pass. Dallas moving it around. Here's Gafford. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
Here's quickly. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, Jason Kidd had a few moments to share with me. One player he is worried about in particular is Scotty Barnes because of the way he affects every phase of the game. You need points. There he is. You need a stop or a big rebound. He's got you. Anything asked of him, he can do it at a high level. Guys, back to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Now, here's Marshall. Brandon Ingram missing his last shot. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Toronto, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Quickly looking it over. Pass to Barrett. Barnes, screen on Christie. 4 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Barnes,
so physical inside. He can beat you down there as well.
Here's Flag. Here's Christie. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Flag. From outside, off the mark. Toronto, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. So, Greg, for Cooper Flag, both of his parents were college basketball players.
Yeah, and I love that Cooper's mom calls him String Bean, right? Though at this point, he's a powerful young man. And he also has a twin brother, Ace, who's got some talent as well.
The Mavericks leading. Christie with it. Inside. Over in the corner, Washington. Hits the three-point bomb.
Nice kick out by Flag. This kid plays like a vet. Hard to fathom he's a rookie.
And so quickly, we'll bring it up for Toronto. Outside, Barrett. Ingram kicks to Barnes. Screen by Pirtle. Barrett the pass to Barnes. Shoots over Washington. Barnes can't get it to go.
And players avoid taking mid-range shots these days. It's almost like the threes are easier for players to get.
Christie the pass to Washington. Christie with the screen on Pirtle. Back to Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
Barrett against Christie. And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Mavericks leading by 5. Now flag. Washington with the screen on Ingram. Down low. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Mavs owner Mark Cuban taking in the home game with us here tonight.
And I'm sure he's liking what he's seeing from his guys. One of the more visible owners in the league. Cuban is always ready to show love for his team.
Now, here's quickly. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Pirtle. On the wing, Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. The Raptors need to get a shot at it. And he can't jam it through. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now flag on the wing, Christie. And here is Marshall. This one for 3. They get it again. On the wing, Christie. Pass to Washington. Second chance shot. Toronto grabs the miss. Here's Barnes. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And a player, Tim, who stuffs the stat sheet, Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, Kevin, he just has a great all-around game. But the thing I like the most, he's very unselfish. He will pass up a shot if a teammate has a better one.
That's good from Barnes. In his relatively young career, Scotty Barnes, GA, has played a number of positions.
Well, he's so versatile. He can be successful at a lot of different spots on the floor. A glue guy you can plug in just about anywhere.
And that's why you don't want to foul a guy like him. He is going to make those free throws.
3, Marshall. It's rebounded by Barrett. Raptors trail by 3. On the corner, and Ingram the bucket on the assist by Barrett.
And this is Ingram's attitude. He's ready to fire away as soon as the ball hits his hand.
The Mavericks have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Pass to flag. Washington with the screen on quickly. To the inside. GA now in year 3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
His contract runs through next season, and he's all in on developing these young players and getting the best out of them.
The Mavericks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Take a break.
First one falls for him. Washington hits them both. You know, so much turmoil for the Mavericks last season, GA. Despite that, they were a win away from making the playoffs.
Yeah, they battled valiantly. But to go from the 2024 NBA Finals to the lottery, obviously disappointing. They're looking to make amends this season.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Murray Boyle. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Gafford's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Washington. Releases. Dallas again missing. Raptors trail by 3. Outside, Barrett. Quickly setting the pick for Barrett. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
On the wing, Christie. Now, here's Washington. For the screen on quickly. To the paint. It's tipped. Now the Raptors moving it up. On up the court. And the dunk by Barnes.
And a big dunk there from a springy Barnes. He gets up fast there for the hammer.
And here are the Mavericks now. Pass to Gafford. Now Flag. Lays it up off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And Ingram has got the ball here for the Raptors. It's a 3-point game. Here's quickly. Back to Ingram. Marshall with the steal. Here's Flag. Ingram with the steal. Here's Murray Boyle. Quickly kicks to Ingram. There's a screen. Clock at 6. That one falls.
And the whole court is open for Ingram. He's got the accuracy to hit that from mid-range.
For the screen on Barnes. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Washington's got 7 points in the game.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Raptors trail by 3. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Dallas on defense. Pass to Dick. Here's Walter. Barnes outside. Dick sets a screen for Barnes. And it's all evened up. 9 points in the game so far.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Picked off in midair. Here's Murray Boyle. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Pass to Nembhard. Nembhard sets the pick for Flag. Now Gafford, covered by Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. Dallas moving the ball around. And Gafford throws it down.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey guys, Scotty Barnes letting everyone know. He said, I'm a great defender. I feel like it doesn't really get talked about enough. I guard whoever, 1 through 5. That's what I pride myself on and what I'm ready to do every time I step on the floor. Kevin, back to you.
A tone setter for sure at that end. Thanks so much for the report, Allie.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Here's Shed. Nembhard covering. Pass to Murray Boyle. And it's off from three-point range. Mavericks leading by 4. Marshall deciding where to go with it. Here's Nembhard. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Bagley, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Klay Thompson comes in for Marshall. And it's Williams in for Flag.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, he took that up with great confidence. Tremendous finish.
For Dallas, they've gotten 8 of their 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. Thompson outside. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
Arguably the smoothest jumper in the game, Klay Thompson.
Pass to Walter. Here's quickly. Nemhard covering. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Quickly's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Middleton, a screen on Quickly. Middleton on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Fires it up. Toronto grabs the miss. It's stolen by Bagley. Fires from way outside. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 3. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Mavericks?
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
And you can't overlook what they've done in the paint as well. A huge part of their success in this one.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. You've got Emmanuel Quickly. He's out there with Walter. And Murray Boyles in at the center, locking down the middle. Nemhard with it, Quickly covering. Thompson for 3. And it's Murray Boyles with the rebound. Pass to Quickly. Here's Dick. Here's Murray Boyles. No scoring in this one. Dallas leading by 3. Williams dishes to Bagley. And Middleton now atop the key. Williams fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
It really helps their team so much with Middleton's passing with effectiveness, and it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
Dallas shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And last season, Vince Carter became the first player ever to have his jersey retired, Tim, by the Raptors.
So well deserved. And look, prime Vince Carter is exactly the kind of player Toronto is still looking for. A 3-level elite scorer. Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. With players signing rich extensions, highlighted by Devin Booker's 2-year, $145 million max contract, we're quickly approaching a time when so-called supermax players will be making over $1 million per game. As shocking as it sounds, the reality is that the best players are already worth more than that to their teams.
It's all about results. Thanks so much for the report, Shams. Now here's Middleton. Nothing on the board. 6 to shoot. Fires from deep. Toronto grabs the miss. Dick with it. They set the screen. A 3 from Quickly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Quickly's got 7 points.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the 2-man game right there.
Now here's Middleton. To the inside. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And here we go. Dick, that's good. Dick's got the lead up to 1 now for the Raptors. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Raptors.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And another area of success for them has been the fast break. They have repeatedly gotten out in transition and found easy shots.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Washington's checked in for Chris Middleton. Flag comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Max Christie in for Williams. And Toronto also making a switch. Battle's checked in. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Christie. Nembhard sets the pick for Christie. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
The Raptors making a switch here. Lawson's checked in. And the points coming for them now, Greg and bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
Pass to Christie. Here's Flag. Bagley with a screen on Lawson. Here's Flag. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Flag's got 6.
Possessing great handles at that size. Flag is very adept at breaking down the defense in that pick and roll.
Now here's Lawson. Good on the shot.
Yeah, he found some room there along the baseline. Some space at the rim. Goes right up and puts it in without resistance.
Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to Christie. Here's Flag. Lawson defending. Toronto's gone 1-3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Murray Boyle. The Mavericks pull it in.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Nembhard off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. The Raptors have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Quickly against Nembhard. Pass to Walter. Shot clock at 6. From outside the arc, Nembhard grabs the board. The Mavericks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. It's rebounded by Quickly. And so Quickly will bring it up for Toronto. They trail by 1. And having starred in a 6-man role in New York, Tim Emmanuel Quickly has been handed the keys in Toronto.
Well, he certainly has, Kevin, and he's got the contract to match it. You talk about confidence and determination to prove yourself. That sums up Quickly.
A guy with a strong build and handles. Flag makes his move and creates the space for the shot.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Dallas. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Still yet to score. They set the pick. Ingram left side. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Ingram's got the game tied up here for Toronto. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Washington with the screen on quickly. Pass to Flag. From deep. They get it back. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Scotty Barnes picks one up. The Mavericks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And Tim, you think about rim-running centers, Daniel Gafford typifies that type of player.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a great finisher. He knows when to dive at the rim. And what you like with Gafford is that he's willing to meet you there defensively as well.
That one is no good. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night.
Gafford passes to Washington. Gafford sets the pick for Flag. 6 on the shot clock, and the shot goes in. Gafford's got 9.
Selfless play from Flag. If your shot isn't there off the action, you have to give it up.
So it's Toronto now. They trail by 1. Quickly the pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Barnes kicks to Quickly. Pass to Barrett. From down in the low post, it goes. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Here's Flag. He's got 8. Dallas moving it around. Beyond the arc. Toronto grabs the miss. Quickly the pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Christie against Barrett. Pass to Quickly. No good with the triple.
Well, after a great start, he has really cooled off pretty quickly.
Now Nembhard takes the 3. The rebound by Brandon Ingram. And here's Barrett. Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Now here's Quickly. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Mavericks making a switch here. Marshall's checked in. Walter, he's checked in for the Raptors. So it's Toronto now. 3 on the clock. Here's Barrett. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Christie kicks to Washington. Flag with it. 8 points for him. Here's Gafford. Christie has the open look. Drops in the tray. Christie's got his first 3 points of the game. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Toronto trailing. Here's Walter. Pass to Barrett. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with it.
Now flag. Now Christie. For this screen on Barnes. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Pirtle, he is checked in for Toronto. Barrett the pass to Barnes. Now Ingram. Outside Barrett, and stolen by Flag. Pass to Marshall. Here's Flag. Misses the three.
Well, I love the confidence. Keep shooting it. Eventually, he's got to start making some, right?
Here's Walter, defended by Christie. Here's Barrett. It's rebounded by Dallas. And Greg, we saw some turnover this summer on the Mavs training staff.
Yes, some talk of internal disagreements in that department. The importance of great teamwork in this league, not just limited to the players in the locker room.
Now here's Barnes after R.J. Barrett's miss.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open three.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey, Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, "It's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe." Back to you guys.
Yeah, you got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie.
And loving when Ingram uses that length down low, not settling for the jumper.
Barnes against Washington. To the middle. Flag with it. 8 points for him. No good from 11 feet.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
And it's Ingram missing.
Well, I'm not sure if he was surprised to be that wide open, but something got him out of focus.
Pass to Flag. And he gets the bucket. 10 points for Cooper Flag.
Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's Dallas up 2. Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
I'm here with Coach Jason Kidd. Coach, what stood out to you most in that first half?
Well, I think we shared the ball. We got some great looks offensively. Defensively, we got limited to one shot. But guys are playing hard, and this is a big game for us, and we want to see how guys respond.
Hopefully they rise to the occasion. Thanks, Coach.
Terrific, Allie. Thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, Daniel Gafford displaying his skills today.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
For most guys, that's a night's work. It shows you how dominant he's been to this point.
The Raptors shooting around 41% on the night. Big men on the floor for Middle of Washington and Gafford. Flag is out there with Max Christie. And it's Marshall in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Stafford kicks to Washington. He was all alone on that one. Washington's got 9 points.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Pass to Ingram. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And this is what you want more of. Ingram has to keep being aggressive like this.
The Mavericks leading. Here's Flag. Christie with the screen for Flag. And the 3 off target. Ingram deciding where to go with it. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Gotta love the control Ingram has with the basketball.
Pass to Marshall. Up top, Washington. Here's Flag. There's a screen by Washington. Lets it go. And it's Flag missing.
Wait, it didn't go that time, but that's a shot he should feel confident in taking.
Ingram attacking. So they take the lead. Ingram's got the lead up to 2 now for Toronto.
More and more we see Ingram attack on the drive and convert. His length and skill allow him to do so many things.
The Mavericks have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. And stolen by Barnes. Quickly with it. Now defended by Flag. Quickly kicks to Barrett. Here's Barnes. Again, Toronto.
Great with the ball. Barnes can just do so many things to help this team win.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Christie with the bounce pass. Here's Flag. Quickly covering. Just 4 to shoot. Will it go? Dallas again missing.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
And timid old school big man Jakob Poeltl still more than valuable in today's game.
Well, there certainly remains a place in this league for centers who defend the rim, rebound, and set screens. He might not be flashy, but he's a winning player.
Now Flag after Brandon Ingram missing on that last 3-pointer.
I love those kind of looks as a player. Plenty of space and peace of mind to launch. Rarely see him that open.
Now here's Quickly. 7 points in the game. Poeltl with a screen on Christie. Barrett, no good. Mavericks trailed by 4. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Christie against Barrett. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And the rookie just forcing his way through. Flag with a show of strength.
Dallas shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And what you love about Cooper Flag, GA, he's committed with playing the game the right way.
Yeah, I mean, even back in middle school, he would binge watch the '86 Celtics, a team known for its high IQ.
Barnes sets a screen for Barrett. Good work there as it goes. Barrett's got 8.
And pick and roll is huge in today's game. Barrett realizing what to do in those sets.
Washington passes to Gafford, and the layup is good.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And so Quickly will bring it up for Toronto. They lead by 1. For 3, Ingram. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Christie. Now Washington. Dallas moving it around. For the lead. Buries it from 3-point range. He's got 12.
And how about the vision from the rookie? Flag is pretty much a point forward, and who's the guy that can run your offense?
Toronto, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% for the field. Ingram outside, driving inside. He gets it in there.
Oh, check out the handles. They're nasty. Spin move, had his man grab it for air.
Tim, in your career, you played at every level of basketball, pro and college and before. What's the single biggest change in your mind as far as professional basketball outside the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think globally the level of play has just risen dramatically. There's a much greater belief now that you can actually make it to the league, even if you're playing outside this country. And then the G League has created a much more streamlined path for those who want to work their way into the league.
G League has been terrific.
Sure has.
The shot's good from Christie. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Toronto's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Now here's Ingram. Marshall defending. And that one's good. Ingram's got it all tied up now for the Raptors. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And Marshall kicks to Washington. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Washington's got 8 here in the quarter.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
Here's Ingram after the Mavericks pick up 3. Inside, Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And how about the body control? Barnes sets the screen and then a nice spin there to get open.
The Mavericks have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Pass to Gafford. Now here's Marshall down low. And then Washington with the dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Raptors trail by 3. Outside, Barrett. Quickly finds Ingram. The shot, no good. For Dallas, they've gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Pass to Gafford. Washington sets the pick for Flag. Clock at 6. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 5-point Maverick lead.
This rookie Flag is tough, willing to take contact on and convert through it.
Ingram wide open. Drains the three-pointer. Ingram's got 23.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Raptors trail by 4. Outside, Barrett. Quickly kicks to Ingram. And again, it's Toronto with a 3.
And we've seen this type of effortless dominance from Ingram before, growing accustomed to carrying the load.
Now, here's Marshall. To the inside. Here's Flag. Over quickly. Again, the Mavericks score.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Flag finding ways to succeed offensively on an NBA court.
You know, you got to be impressed with the size and athleticism of this Mavericks front court team.
And now the addition of Cooper Flag at small forward. So in addition to all the length and mobility they already had, this now makes them the match of any team in the league in that regard.
And then Washington with the dunk.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And so quickly we'll bring it up for Toronto. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Barrett. Out to Ingram. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Ingram's got 28 points for the game.
Well, he's having a big scoring night, but he's doing it extremely efficiently. This is impressive.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Nembhard, the pass to Marshall. Here's Nembhard. Three-pointer Bagley. It's rebounded by Dick. Right wing. Pass to Shed. Now Dick. 6 to shoot for the tie. It's rebounded by Dallas. Marshall's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the paint, here's Washington, and then Washington with the dunk.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Raptors trail by 5. Pass to Murray Boyle. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. Hasn't made one yet. Pulls up on the wing. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Flag is checked in for Najee Marshall. Mavericks leading by 5. Pass to Thompson. Bagley sets a screen for Thompson. Gets a hand on it, and Bagley able to finish.
And the dogged attitude of Bagley. When shots go up, he wants to be the first to pounce on misses.
Here's Dick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A three-pointer, no good.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
It's Nembhard on the wing. Pass to Thompson. Back to Nembhard. Dallas moving it around. The shot by Thompson, no good.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
Now Dick. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. P.J. Washington has been leading the charge for the Mavericks. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. Right back after this break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, the pass was so effective. Great job moving the ball with purpose.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Emmanuel quickly out there with Walter. Then it's Grady Dick. And Murray Boyles in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And Thompson thrives in those catch-and-shoot situations.
And here is Quickly. After the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Pass to Walter. Here's Mamu Kelishvili, defended by Middleton. Dick with it. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Inside. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And we talk about Middleton's accurate shooting often, but they are reminding us of his dunking ability as well.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Dick. And the dunk by Dick.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
It looked like a let-up from the team in the lead.
And so here is Dallas. The Raptors getting the bucket. Middleton. And it's Murray Boyles with the rebound. Pass to Walter. And here is Quickly. Off target from three-point range. Now here's Middleton. Now Nembhard. Back to Middleton. Thompson outside. No good on the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Dick. The Mavericks pull it in. Bagley's got 5 rebounds tonight. Thompson passes to Nembhard. To the middle. Here's Bagley. Hits the jump hook. Bagley's got the lead up to 12 now for Dallas.
And at this stage, this is where Bagley feels most comfortable. Knows he has the size and touch to score inside.
Now, here's Quickly. Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. Dick with it. Connects. The jumper drops. Here's Nembhard. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And here's Middleton. Inside. And finished off by Bagley.
And how about the leaping ability of Bagley? He gets off the ground with ease to throw that one down.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Dallas. Scotty Barnes, he's checked in for Toronto. Brandon Ingram comes in for Dick. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. He said to them, "You guys look defeated out there. Wake up. This game is far from over, but I need you all to believe that. I need you to fight for one another right now."
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. For 3, Ingram. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
It's Nembhard on the wing. Back to Middleton. Banked in off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 14.
It's difficult trying to throw Middleton off his rhythm. Remarkable job staying with that shot.
And again, no good by Toronto. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
It's a great game plan, and it's great execution. They've really been in the zone.
Pass to Walter. Raptors moving the ball around. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Playing from behind right here. Not easy, but he is answering the bell.
He's doing everything he can to keep him in this game, finding good looks.
And stolen by Barnes. Now the Raptors moving it up quickly with a wide open look. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
No, coaches love that hustle. Not only getting the extra possession, but then converting it.
Middleton outside. Thompson for three. Thompson with the three.
Well, he's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, we talk about winning basketball all the time and what it looks like. Well, that defense right there, that's the opposite of that.
Mavericks leading by 13. Here's Nembhard. Pass to Middleton. Thompson surveying the floor. Quickly against Nembhard. Over quickly. A shot by Nembhard, no good. Raptors trail by 13. And here is Quickly. Here's Ingram. And he lays it straight in. Ingram's got 30.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
The Mavericks have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Some changes for Toronto. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in, and R.J. Barrett subbed in for Walter. Down low, here's Gafford. That ball, great assist by Marshall. Marshall's got 6 assists in the game.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, with each bucket, he denies any thought of a comeback.
And that one's good, Ingram.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
Mavericks leading by 11. Pass to Washington. For the screen on Barnes. Now here's Gafford. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Toronto's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Takes the 13-footer and another basket for Toronto.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Marshall passes to Gafford. Here's Flag. Launches it. Pass to Washington. Shot clock reset for Dallas. And that one's good. Flag.
Fantastic hustle from the rookie, Flag. That kind of all-out effort will earn him points with his teammates and coaches.
Here's Barnes. And here is Ingram. Out to Barrett. Shoots the 3, and the 3 ball is good.
Well, Barrett likes to shoot threes at a steady clip, and he's pretty free with those shots.
Now, here's Washington. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Washington's got 23 points. Now, quickly. Outside, Barrett. Pass to Ingram from the arc. The Raptors making a switch here. Hurdle's checked in. Dallas leading by 12. Here's Marshall. The three. It's rebounded by Barrett. Barrett's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Ingram against Christie. 6 on the shot clock. And that one is good. Ingram's got 36.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Pass to Christie. Now flag, quickly covering to the paint. It's deflected. Gafford. Good D by Barnes. Raptors trail by 10. Ingram outside. Now Barnes. A great pass leads him right to the rack.
Yeah, he gives up a few inches to most of his matchups, but his ability to rise above always gives him a chance.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He knows every possession is critical now. Mavericks leading by 8. Flag with it. For 3. Pirtle there for the rebound. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. Got it to go off the glass.
And credit Barrett for his ability to be in control. Nice job keeping his composure there in a tight spot.
The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Flag with it, quickly covering. Here's flag. 5 to shoot. And get the 3. Raptors trail by 6. Ingram right side. Now Pirtle. Barrett outside. Puts up a deep 3. That one is off. Mavericks leading by 6. Christie fires. 3. Good.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for Toronto. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Showing the moves down low. Now Christie. From deep. Barrett rips down the rebound. Raptors trail by 7. Now quickly. The 3 is off. Flag with it. Washington's outside. Gafford sets the pick for Washington. Max Christie. A 3-pointer. Good.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
What a great performance. They have given the fans their money's worth.
And the Raptors call time here. 40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ingram. Quickly. It's good. At one point, they led by 16. Here's Washington. Now Gafford. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Shot clock at 6. Great D. That forced that miss. And so it's Dallas winning this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, it's just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that about wraps it up. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Daniel Gafford.